From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the daily news for March 24th, 2026, and these are the stories we are covering at this hour. Ron DeSantis has not ruled out another presidential run despite losing badly last time. After getting trounced in the Republican primary in 2024, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, the Republican, hasn't ruled out running for the presidency again. Will you run for president again? Conservative host Sean Hannity asked in a recent episode of his podcast. We'll see, DeSantis responded. DeSantis dropped out of the last GOP primary after coming in a distant second to President Donald Trump in Iowa. In Iowa, the people that voted for Trump, if he wasn't running, I would have gotten like 90% of those people, DeSantis claimed to Hannity. Meanwhile, Senate Republicans are eyeing a possible Department of Homeland Security deal, though Trump has yet to publicly endorse it. Senate Republicans struck an optimistic tone about a potential deal to fund the Department of Homeland Security on Monday, although President Donald Trump has yet to publicly endorse any agreement. After meeting with Trump at the White House, Senator Katie Britt, the Republican from Alabama, told reporters that Republicans had arrived at a resolution that could ultimately end the partial government shutdown and restart paychecks for many federal employees. I'm going to be working through the night, so hopefully we can land this plane, she said, according to Politico and Roll Call. Personally, I hope she lands the plane as well as an Air Canada flight into LaGuardia last night. Good luck with that. Two people familiar with the proposed plan told Politico that it would fund the entirety of DHS except for parts of Immigration and Customs Enforcement already funded by a prior bill. Turning to slightly other news, the Senate has confirmed Markwayne Mullin as Trump's DHS secretary. As of yesterday, the U.S. Senate confirmed Markwayne Mullin, the Republican from Oklahoma, to lead the Department of Homeland Security amid a growing crisis within the agency over immigration enforcement, which has resulted in a partial shutdown of the department and plenty of chaos at airports nationwide. The Senate backed Mullin by a vote of 54 to 45, with Democratic Senators John Fetterman from here in Pennsylvania and Martin Heinrich of New Mexico joining all Republicans in favor of his confirmation. And a historic preservation group, among others, are suing over Kennedy Center changes. A group of 8 architectural and historic preservation groups sued the Trump administration and the Kennedy Center board on Monday over the president's planned changes to the renowned Performance Hall. The lawsuit argues that many of President Donald Trump's proposed structural changes to the Kennedy Center, which he has attempted to rename the Trump Kennedy Center, must undergo a thorough review. The intent of the Board of Trustees and Mr. Trump is clear: to fundamentally alter this iconic property without complying with bedrock federal, historic preservation, and environmental laws, and without securing the necessary congressional authorization, the groups claim. The Kennedy Center Board, whose members were handpicked by Trump, voted last week to close the Arts Center for 2 years starting in July while it undergoes the president's desired renovations. And finally, we have this news from Pennsylvania. A recently approved project could bring hundreds of miles of high-tension power lines from West Virginia to Pennsylvania, cutting through Juniata, Mifflin, and Perry counties. The proposal was approved by grid operator PJM in February after several months of discussions. NextEra Energy Transmissions and Exelon Corporation will lead the project. In a press release, the companies say the new 765 kilovolt transmission lines are needed to help meet the rising energy demand, especially as more data centers are coming online in Pennsylvania and around the country. The companies say these new power lines are more efficient and powerful than ones that are currently in use. They claim the lines will have improved resilience during peak hours and leave a smaller environmental footprint. The new transmission lines will connect a substation in Marshall County, West Virginia, with the PPL Juniata substation located in Perry County. And that's the news for this hour. We post news updates from 1 p.m. through 2 a.m. to the PEP Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to keep informed. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.